Kody did one of my least favorite things this last episode. So I thought it was weird when Mary went to Stonehenge and it was such a big deal from like an editing standpoint because we were getting so few images of her in London that so much time was spent with Stonehenge. But I believe it's because they really wanted to highlight how important Stonehenge was to her compared to Kody's response. They certainly are not editing this to make Kody look good because she says she went to Stonehenge. And he's like, Stonehenge? There's got to be other places that were cool. Clearly dismissive of Stonehenge. And she's like, dude, I've wanted to go there for 25 years. So suddenly I was like, okay, I get the emphasis on Stonehenge early in the episode because they want to highlight how he does not know this woman. And he does this whole thing. So the women say, this is so typical of Kody. You have to live in Kody's world. It's Kody's world. You're just there for it. He doesn't really care about any things. And he does one of my least favorite things, which is he's like, oh gosh, I'm a guy. There are just certain things I'm just going to remember. And there are certain things that just aren't going to matter to me, even if they matter to you. And he does that whole like, I'm a dude, I'm a guy, I can't deal with this petty girl stuff. Huge pet peeve. And especially because then he turns around and he's acting like he should be in charge of, he's the most fair, he's the smartest. And I'm like, dude, you can't even remember that she likes Stonehenge and has for 25 years. But I'm supposed to believe that you're some of this secret business genius. And it's my absolute pet peeve, specifically, because he's been using the word we should have patriarchy, I should be in charge, I should be the man, they should have let me lead. But then he'll turn around and be like, I'm just a guy, I can't remember things that my wives like, things that are important to them. So I cannot stand that. I cannot stand it. And it's ridiculous to me that he can get away with it. Clearly he got away with it for years. But it was so interesting to me because when they showed Stonehenge, I was like, Stonehenge is cool. And Mary's having this really big reaction. I just didn't understand why the editing included so much of it until we got here. And I was like, oh, they want to show that he's an idiot. Another thing I want to do a whole video on is how after years and years of him going, I never loved these women. I never loved them. I never loved them. At the end of this episode, he's like, yeah, I loved them. Just maybe not as much as I loved Robin. Or maybe I just wasn't as in love with them. And I'm like, dude, that's what we've been saying. We've been saying for seasons that he is, in fact, in love with them. Just, it's clear that he likes Robin more. Christine said it, I loved Kody, but now that I'm with David, I get it so much differently. And it's just crazy to me that he's been fighting this battle for 2 years. And then in one episode, he was like, no, actually, never mind. I did love them. I just didn't love them as much as I love Robin. And we're like, okay, so we already knew he was a liar, but clearly he can't even continue to lie long enough. He's just going to roll over and change his mind just out of nowhere. So this guy's annoying me.